Hi, I'm Cimber Lilliquin, harpist and teacher here in Denver, Colorado. And this is the first of a series of how to get ready to take harp lessons or actually start playing harp. There's like a lesson series for you to get started. So that assumes that you have a harp and that you know how to tune it and that you have it tuned to the key of C. If you don't have a harp, go watch my other video on how to pick a harp. And I'm pretty sure I also have a video on how to tune your harp. And if you need more help, just text me, email me, get in touch with me in the comment section below. All right, so first of all, let's just play a little bit of harp together and do this signature sound that everybody loves so much, which is this, right? Everybody loves that, so great. So now you're already playing your harp, that's awesome. Okay, so now I gotta stop and talk about a few technical things that are really important. And if you continue studying with me, I'll talk about them a lot, mainly posture. So when I first started playing this harp about 10 years ago, I ended up with a back injury because I had been sitting incorrectly at this harp for a very long time. And that was because I had taken online lessons originally, and my teacher could see as much of me as you can now. It never occurred to us to look at my feet. It never occurred to us to look at my bench. It never occurred to us to look at any of that stuff. And so now I'm going to talk about it, and it will save you injuries and make your playing a whole lot better, and you don't have to go through what I went through. Okay. So let me tip my camera down a little bit more and move back so you can see. So this is my current bench. It does go up and down. This is a pretty fancy one. But you want something that has a flat seat. That's really important. Most chairs are tipped back a little bit, so they'll tip you back towards the back of the chair. And if you're sitting in a chair, then you're always fighting trying to come forward just to sit up straight. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your legs are at about a 90-degree angle so that this is straight, horizontal, parallel to the floor, and then straight down, the fronts of your legs straight down so that you're making a 90-degree angle with your knees. Again, this is great postural support. You want to sit towards the front of your bench and have your weight about half of your weight on your bottom and about half of your weight on your feet, so that you maybe almost could stand up, but you've got a little bit of weight on your feet. This saves, I'll stand so you can see this, but a lot of harpists get up on their toes, or they'll wrap their ankles around the chair leg, or do all kinds of things. But as we'll talk about later, it's your whole body that is involved in playing the harp, not just your fingers. And really solid, effective, comfortable, efficient playing involves your feet. Who knew? So feet nice and solid on the floor, sitting towards the front of the harp. You want to sit up nice and tall. Never lean towards the harp. Always bring the harp to you and keep your posture open. That's so you can breathe. So some of my harpist students are singers. So we talk a lot more about this, about good posture, singing posture at the harp, because it's harder to sing when you're sitting than when you're standing. But also having good posture here and being able to breathe really improves your playing too, because hey, you know, your body needs oxygen to play. That's my dog. And so check your posture every time before you sit down at the harp. The next thing, even before I want to bring the harp to me, is I want to talk about the hands and arms. So the most efficient motion you can make for playing the harp looks like this. This is it. It's a very gentle motion, and it's a very efficient motion, and it's actually a very strong motion. So if you look at a little bit of anatomy, and I probably can post some links to some pictures so you can have a look at this, what's in the hand is mostly tendons and ligaments and bones. There are very few muscles actually operating this motion. Most of the muscles are in down in here. And if you remember the original Star Wars movie, when Luke gets his arm cut off and they put a replacement and they show all the motion in the wrist, that's mimicking what's really going on in here. And you can see the muscles moving here in my arm as I'm making this, right? And you can check for yourself, look in your own arm or look at your own arm. Try not to go in. Okay, so this is what you're looking for in terms of the motion, and then you're going to turn it so that it points to the floor, like that. Yeah. This is like, when else in your life do you do this? Never. So you need to practice this so that it becomes a natural motion. It becomes your go-to motion. And eventually you'll use this motion for 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers, and you want them all to go in and out together. Okay, then you can come to the harp now, and we'll talk about where to tip your harp and put it on your shoulder in just a second. But you want to have this cup in your hand, both hands. It's harder to see this hand, I know. There we go, that way, this way, that way. So that you're opening, when you're open, your hands are essentially flat with your wrists and closed. The top of the hand barely moves at all. And when you can see the wrists are flat, you can still keep the wrists flat and do this. You can bend your elbows. It doesn't have to be, you know, Superman position. You can still keep it, but be careful about this. This is going to hurt and cause an injury over time. So you want to practice just sitting at the harp. Get yourself a Zoom account or a video or an old-fashioned, old-school mirror, and look and see what you're doing, what you're doing. If you ever dance ballet, this is first position, right here. Great. Okay. All right. Let's see what else I wanted to say. I think that's it for this first lesson, is just to talk about posture, playing a little bit of this. Make sure your harp's tuned to the key of C. If you don't know how to do that, go check out how to tune a harp video. And I'll see you in the next video. And we'll talk some more about putting this hand position, this open, close, cup, close, cup, close position onto the strings. See you in the next video.